Hey, hello everybody, my name's Jameson Chase Young and this is Coins and History. I'm standing here with my 1881 Morgan silver dollar. I'm standing with there's a corral behind me called the Ok Corral, and we're in a town called Tomstone, Arizona. So I'm pretty sure you can figure out what we're going to be talking about. What we'll be talking about right after I tell you about my 1881 Morgan silver dollar San Francisco mint. These are really special coins. The San Francisco mint is the most common of all the 1881s. There was 4 different mints that minted them: the San Francisco, the New Orleans, the Philadelphia, and the Carson City. The Carson City mint minted a very low mintage on them. United States Mint produced a total of 27,927,984 Morgan silver dollars that year. This San Francisco mint minted 12,760,000. The New Orleans mint minted 5,708,000. The Carson City mint, that's a very rare year. They minted 296,000. And the Philadelphia mint minted 9,163,000, and that's a total, like I said, 27,927,984. But it's important to keep in mind the 1918 Pittman Act melted down like 270 million Morgan silver dollars. So just because, there was 27 million that were made doesn't mean that that's how many have survived over the years. But George T. Morgan made the front, and their edges weeded, 38.1 millimeters thick diameter. Its weight is 26.73 grams. It's 90% silver, 10% copper. And yeah, the 1881s, I don't know if it's doing very good. They're very special coins. And so was the year 1881. It obviously was packed full of a lot of stuff, from the shootout at the Ok Corral to Billy the Kid getting killed to Sitting Bull turning himself in officially. Now the shootout at the Ok Corral started between 3 Earp brothers: Wyatt Earp, Morgan Earp, Virgil Earp, and their friend Doc Holliday, and it was between a local gang called the Cowboys. This gunfight happened October 26, 1881. While it only lasted less than a minute, some people guesstimate around 30 seconds, but it's been portrayed in dozens and dozens of movies and almost 1,000 books. It took place in Tomstone, Arizona, the territory of Arizona, because the state of Arizona didn't become a state until 1912. So this was 30 years before Arizona became a state. The gunfight was a result of a long simmering feud between the outlaws and the lawmen of the place, the lawmen being the Earps. The Cowboys were horse thieves and cattle rustlers, and they were kind of divided over how the town of Tombstone should be governed. And anyway, at the time, there was a firearms ordinance. You weren't allowed to carry firearms inside the town of Tomstone, Arizona. And that is what there was a bunch of things earlier on. They had a grudge and a beef before, and it kind of got to the point where Ike Clanton got drunk and he was going around town talking about how he was going to kill the Earps, or how he was going to get the Earps the second they came out of their houses. So that escalated it, and there was escalations all along the way. And I'm going to give you guys a tour. This street right here is Fremont Street, and you can see a lot of the buildings, 1878, 1881, a lot of the buildings are authentic, so it's the same exact buildings that Doc, Wyatt, Virgil, Morgan would have walked down when they came walking down Fremont Street to go to the Ok Corral. It's also important to note that the shootout actually wasn't at the Ok Corral. It was a couple doors down and in a back alley. The shootout actually took place in a narrow lot on the side of the CS Fly photography studio on Fremont, almost 6 doors down from the corral's rear entrance. And a lot of the reason why a lot of people call it the shootout at the Ok Corral, because that's what the movies have always depicted, including the 1957 movie Shootout at the Ok Corral. So that's why a lot of people think it happened there. But yeah, the political stuff, the political personal rivalries, the Earp brothers, Virgil, Wyatt, and Morgan, along with their friend Doc Holliday, were aligned with the town's law enforcement, while the Clantons and the McClary family were associated with more of an outlaw element. The conflicts came around when tensions kind of reached its boiling point with a series of confrontations and threats. Like I said, Ike Clanton went around talking about how he's going to get these Earps and stuff like that. And then, yeah, the immediate trigger was when the Earps decided they have to go down and disarm these men. And during the shootout, there was 3 people wounded, 3 people killed. None of the Earps or Doc Holliday was killed. It was all on the other side, which led to speculation that maybe the Earps walked up and just drew their guns, but they did go to court for it, and it was found that they were lawful in trying to disarm the cowboys. And the end result is, I'll show you this poster on the backside of the OK Corral. There's a poster. I've just came from Boot Hill. There's the grave markers of the 3 people who were killed at the shootout at the OK Corral. It reads, "Murdered in the streets of Tombstone." So there was a lot of division on, like, you know, were they killed in defense, self-defense, murdered? Nobody can actually say. But despite how it ended up, and also the shootout didn't end there. The cowboys tried to take revenge on the Earps. I know Virgil Earp was shot. I'll show you the balcony and where he was shot, and he was disabled for the rest of his life. Morgan Earp died in a saloon slash a pool hall, and I'll show you that pool hall during the tour. And so then from there, Wyatt Earp and his friend Doc Holliday, plus another more lesser known Earp brother, and a few other people went on a vendetta ride to get the remainder of the cowboys. So the shootout at OK Corral wasn't the end of it. It was kind of the beginning of some big bad stuff. But anyway, in 1881, when this coin was being made, heck, that shootout at the OK Corral happened in October 26, 1881. So pretty late in the year. So this coin here might have been in Wyatt's pocket when this shootout was going down. You never know. But that's what was going on in 1881 when these really great 1881 Morgan silver dollars were being made. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you, if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It would mean a lot. My name's Jameson Chase Young, and this is Coins in History. Thank you for watching.